Look at the world we're in now. Everything changed in the last 10 years. Every industry has changed almost beyond recognition, especially in certain cases. But how has the recruitment process changed? We still recruit like it's 1999. All right, we don't use Rolodexes anymore and fax CVs and, but we haven't changed much. Apart from ATS systems and emails, we still, look at a CV, interview a person in the same way. Where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? Why do you want to move? Blah, blah, blah. Everyone lies in those questions. I think the biggest mistake that companies make when it comes to hiring is that they have not changed the way that they recruit, engage, and assess individuals. And this is where all the problems start, basically. Iris is a new initiative launched by iGaming Elite and Nicholls Moisa, the two businesses that I represent here in Malta. And I think the best way to describe it is, imagine you're interviewing someone for a job, any job, it doesn't matter. When you interview that person, what do you assess? In general, their skills, their academic, maybe their references, and sort of initial impressions of how that person comes across. But when do you actually get to see how they behave in the job, how well they fit with the team, with your business model, and with your company culture? You see it when they're actually in the job, isn't it? 3-6 months down the line, if not more in some cases. Now imagine if you could assess someone, how they behave, how they will interact with their teams, with you, the business, the culture, everything, during the interview process rather than when they're in the job. How would that change? There would be less hiring mistakes, people will stay for longer, and the cost for the businesses would be drastically reduced, because when someone comes in and then they leave fairly quickly, you pay the salary, the training, the setup, and so on. So the costs actually, on average, are 3 times the annual salary of the person. So the best way to describe Iris is that it helps companies identify the behavior and personality fit of any potential candidate during the interview process rather than after. From a technical point of view, it's an online assessment platform, so it can be accessed from anywhere, anytime, as long as you've got a Wi-Fi connection. There is no AI involved in it per se. It's not an artificial intelligence machine or robot or anything like that. But what it does have incorporated within is personalized scientific behavioral and psychometric assessment, which are tailor-made for each company and each individual. So the difference, I guess, is you probably have done psychometric and behavioral testing before. They tend to be quite general. You're the color red or green, or you're a debater personality, etc. But our analysis actually is tailor-made to the business, to the role, and to the person, to a T. We've incorporated also video interviewing into the platform as well, so we recruit a lot internationally or bring people from abroad into Malta. And it's very important that you get to see the person and how they come across, before. Yes, you can do it on Skype, but this is a bit more comprehensive than that. And we've also we have incorporated key competency assessment within as an extra layer to the behavioral profiling of candidates and the companies as well. And with this, the independent research has proven over the past 3-4 years now that when we assess candidates through Iris, through our platform, the retention rate is 96% within 12 months. I'm really excited to see that Malta has started to welcome a large number of startups, and I think that's where the excitement is. It's something new, it's something fresh, it's agile, and people are no longer looking for a place where they can work from 9 to 5. They're looking to be engaged, they're looking to be challenged as well. So working in startups in any sector really, it's very exciting, but also within established companies that are looking to disrupt their business model or to innovate. I think that's where the best opportunities are. If I had to handpick certain sectors, I would say that esports is growing, is developing. Blockchain is not a fully formed ecosystem in Malta yet, but it's preparing itself towards that. So when that is fully formed and fully fledged as a corporate ecosystem, I think that will be a lot of excitement. I think it's definitely a step in the right direction. to have a blockchain educational program with the scholarships involved. So that's definitely a step in the right direction. I'm looking forward sort of to see how will that be applied in a practical way. I'm a very practical person by nature. Theory is one thing, practice is another. So I'm hoping to see that the educational institute providing the blockchain courses, blockchain academy and so on and so forth, they would partner with businesses who want to adopt or want to lean that way or are already themselves blockchain based businesses, and help the individuals that are studying for that to gain practical experience. Also partner with businesses abroad and have an exchange program. Like when I was in university, there was the Erasmus program where you could go abroad and experience university life there. So I really hope it will go in that direction. I do think, like I said, it's a step in the right direction. How it's going to pan out, I guess we'll have to wait and see. But in general, the education system, as you know, I'm a vocal critic of it. I think it needs to be completely dismantled and rebuilt. If you put it into the context of blockchain, I do agree, because blockchain in itself is a disruptive technology. So whether a business applies that or fully or certain parts of it, etc., it doesn't matter. When you approach that new business model or enhanced business model, you can't approach it in the same traditional way. Okay, so a disruptive mindset is required as well. For a disruptive technology, you've got a disruptive mindset. So I think any blockchain task force, whether they are a techie or a marketeer or otherwise, commercial, etc., they have to look at the problem that they're looking to solve with the blockchain adopted solution that they want to have. Take that solution, disassemble it completely, okay, like a puzzle, break it down and then rebuild it agile and with a futuristic mindset. You don't build it as it were. You break it down and then you see where it would fit best. How could it work? How to engage, etc. So from that point of view, yes, I do agree with the report. It needs innovation and it needs disruptive thinking rather than sort of homeostasis sort of personalities. Obviously, everyone wants to get skills ready-made, but the reality is that across the globe we have pockets of skillful areas within the blockchain sphere, but it's not a uniform skill yet, and it can't be because it's still very, very new. Well, okay, not very, very new maybe, but nevertheless newer than hedge funds, for example. So the demand is sometimes for certain specific skill set, and we find that in individuals that have educated themselves rather through the traditional routes of education. But in general, companies, which is a very good thing, are quite flexible and willing to train and develop individuals as long as they've got the some basic requirements, okay, especially when it comes to techies, for example, looking at a certain pool of requirements, and then they can be upgraded and refined for the particular purpose the company has in mind. Balance, I really don't know what that is, to be honest with you. I'm behind with my sleep for about 5 years now. I don't know, I guess there has to be a bit of give and take. Some days or even weeks, work takes priority, other times my family takes priority. But in terms of balance, I don't think I found it, to be honest with you. I think that's, and I would be surprised if anyone said that they did. If they did, I'd be interested to hear their recipe for success, basically. Aside from the usual, research and professional ethics that come into play, I always advise candidates to do two things. One is treat the discussion as a business opportunity rather than a job. Think what you are bringing to the table and what you want to get in return. Okay, and the second piece of advice I give is, and I can't stress this enough, and it may sound disingenuous because everyone says it, be yourself, because a lot of people flex their interview persona, and companies as well, they flex themselves to mirror. It's human nature, we mimic the behavior we see in front of us, but it happens more than often during interview processes where people fundamentally alter their persona, and then when they go into that business or that job, they realize they don't fit. Okay, so never make decisions out of desperation, and always be yourself. When I travel, I always sit backwards because I think to myself I'm going back in time. Every mistake and experience that I've made, and I've made a lot of mistakes, a lot more mistakes than good choices, brought me where I am. So I don't know if I would alter any of that, to be honest with you. I have a saying, never meet your idols because they will disappoint you, so I don't really do mentors. But if there was someone that I truly admire, it would be my mom. She is the strongest woman I know.